Hello, this is Kyle from Breqwatr, showcasing the Breqwatr Cloud Appliance as a host for virtual customer premises equipment. We'll create the network, project, and appliance VM, then we'll show a simple configuration of that VM. This scenario involves an outside VLAN where users live and an inside VLAN where applications are hosted. Let's create those VLANs in our Breqwatr admin portal. Doing this allows us to attach our virtual appliance to the inside and outside networks. Internal networks are non-routed VXLANs. External networks are VLAN tagged and bridged to our hardware's physical ports. The switches attached to Breqwatr's appliance can trunk the external traffic to anywhere the customer likes. Simply name the network, define the CIDR, and set the VLAN tag. Shared networks are visible to all projects, which is what we'll use. Optionally, a DHCP service can be instantiated by Breqwatr to assign IP addresses on this network. We'll be assigning IPs manually in this demo, so that's disabled. Having created the outside VLAN, let's do the same thing for the inside VLAN where our web servers will live. Note the name of the network. This is what we'll pick when adding ports to the VMs. Also, as you can see at the bottom of this page, we've listed our external networks. Next up, we're going to create a project for our virtual machines. So, we open the sidebar, we go to the projects window, and let's create a new one. We'll call it video demo and add our user to the project, and we will give it an unlimited budget. Alright, we're now in the video demo project. So, we're going to create a few virtual machines. We want a pair of web servers who will live on the inside network. We want a server on the outside network. A Windows server so that we can open the management console on the VMs. And that should do it. So you'll see in the network properties of each of these VMs that they already have a NIC on the project network. This is what we're going to use for this demo as the management network. For each of these, though, I'm going to add an extra interface. This guy was on the inside. Just like that. So was this one. And this one's on the outside. And actually, just because sometimes it's nice to use a web browser instead of curl for tests, I'll throw an interface on the outside onto our management server as well. we go. I'm just going to reboot them all because I've added a NIC. Alright, these will take a moment to restart. Once they're up, I'm going to configure the static IP addresses on these VMs. Now that I've added NICs to each of the VMs, I have to put IP addresses on them. So I'm going to console in the Windows machine. And just give it a second to start up. It's the first time it's booted. And I'm going to give it an IP address. The outside network was .40. Do something like that. Alright. And for these ones, the Ubuntu image does not have root login enabled, so you can't console into it, which is inconvenient. But what we can do is add floating IP addresses, which adds a NAT rule to the management interface, and it automatically assigns a routable IP address, such as this. So, do that, that, and that. There we go. All right. And I'm just going to update the interfaces file so that I can get my IP address. I think it's like this. And set the subnet mask. All right. So we have now set the IP addresses and added the network interfaces on our virtual machines. So we're ready to deploy the application. I'm going to split this into separate videos for each application and reuse these virtual machines. So please join me in the next video where we will deploy one of the virtual customer premises equipment VMs.